Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of
Boys, Booze, and Blood!
I am George Duck16X.
And I'm Edward, known as Beloved Freak.
I am the Beta00 on Instagram.
And today we are talking about destination horror.
Ooh, vacation horror.
Vacation horror. So, what are your, if you had any, favorite vacation spots?
I really haven't traveled a lot. Just here, like within America
That's
and
still
Mexico.
traveling.
Yeah. I really like Portland, and then in Mexico, Puerto Vallarta is really fun.
Oh, that's really pretty. I've been there once.
It's so cute.
Like, my choice of destination, I would go to Australia. I've been dying to go.
I would never go to Australia.
Because of the spiders.
Yes. Thank you.
Yeah,
Well,
the animals there would scare me
So,
away.
all my friends make fun of me because of Australia, because I see, like, the kangaroos, the koalas. I'm like, oh, how cute. When I cut them, like, no, they'll fucking claw your face off. They'll jump kick you, and they'll terrorize you.
Yeah.
They're not animals.
They're not very
They're not
friendly.
cute. They look cute, but they're not cute. So, but Australia's on my bucket list. Scotland, Germany, Japan.
I have a lot on my bucket list for sure.
Yeah.
But where's the best
The
one
places
you've
that
gone?
you've been to, like, before.
The place I've gone to, I haven't really gone much places. I've gone to like Orlando, Catalina, everywhere in California, and Vegas and Mexico.
Okay.
So Mexico, maybe. Yeah, I'd say that. Like,
As a
Puerto Vallarta
furthest.
and all that. Yeah.
I think all of us have Mexico on our list just because we're
Damn Mexicans.
fucking Mexicans, you know? For me, probably, like, my parents have taken me, like, all over the fucking, like, Cancun, Mazatlan, but even I enjoy, like, you know, my parents' towns, like, the pueblos. To me, those are scarier just because those are the ones where, like, you'll probably get kidnapped and shit. But even Cancun, as nice as it is, I was telling you guys earlier, I'm like, I was afraid to leave the even resort just because I'm like, you know what, this could be a nice horror where, like, you know, cartel will kidnap you, they're trying to chop off your head on TV, live stream, all that, and you never know.
Send your thumb to your dad.
Exactly, you know, but that's a horror in itself. But I mean, I always enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It's just freaky.
That's why we wanted to make this episode, because it's scary being somewhere that is not your comfort zone.
Yeah.
Com-
You're out of your comfort zone. Like, so being a place that you're not familiar with, where you don't speak the same language or different culture barriers.
Yeah.
You don't know what, like, there's some things, there's perfect example, like, you can't point because that's offensive as much as a middle
Yeah, you don't
finger.
know the rules.
Yeah, so you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
The laws. Even like locally going at like camping and stuff, that's scary too. You don't know your surroundings.
You don't know the land, yeah.
The people, you don't know what they're used to. Mm-hmm. They can have guns and you're like not aware. Like it's
Like, you know.
oh my god, you know. Cheers, by the way.
But yeah, let's cheers
Cheers.
to this.
Cheers, boys.
To vacation.
To vacations.
Ooh, vacation's all I ever wanted.
Especially right now when spring break is going on.
shit. Oh my god, I've seen so many videos of fights in Miami. I love girl fights.
Oh,
Yeah, those are bad bitches.
And like Miami, there's one recently that it's in Miami and it's spring break, and like 5 girls against 5 girls in the street,
That's
like
a
they're
brawl.
all fucking. It's like the Smash Brothers.
But see, that's within like the ratchetness of when you go to Vegas or when you go to like where's another spring break spot?
Yeah, like
Just in those spring break areas, cool.
There's a
You
lot
know?
of like Mexico. They go to where's that?
Rosarito?
Rosarito, but there's a place in Cabo. Cabo's
Cabo.
like
Cabo
really
Cantina.
like
Cabo's a good thing.
Cabo Cantina.
I love it
Cabo.
there.
Fight.
Cabo, Baja
Like
California.
fries.
But I feel like in movies, the majority of what we see in terms of, let's just start small. So we're starting like, you know, hey, let's just go away for a weekend. Where do you go? A fucking cabin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Think about
Let's go
all
camping.
the cabin horrors that we've seen. Like, okay, Cabin in the Woods is, you know, it's a play on it.
Yeah.
But starting from like Evil Dead,
Cabin Fever.
Cabin
Cabin
Fever, thank
Fever.
you. And what else?
Blair
I just had to say
Witch.
Blair Witch.
Oh, like just
Documentaries.
cabin, but still just like somewhere like in the
Even
woods.
Evil Dead.
Evil Dead, you know, like a nice weekend away, and all of a sudden demons come out at you and, you know, infect you,
Yeah.
and possess you and shit.
But it's like you're fucked without your car. You
Exactly,
need your
you're
car
fucked
to
with your
get to
car.
your comfort zone, because other than that, like all you have is wood surrounding you, and you don't know shit about that.
And I'm about to hike like several days. Fuck that.
I'm wearing flip flops.
No.
God. I can't.
I mean, like for cabins, like that's it's something I've always wanted to do, but my fear would be to like get stranded out there, because like one, your reception won't work. That's not a
Yeah.
guarantee. I cannot read a fucking map to save my life.
Run out of gas.
You know, like especially one of those big ass maps that we used to have back in the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? The one with the ring binder and everything.
Yeah.
If you gave me one of those, we're fucking dead.
We're dead.
I don't know how to read those.
Totally.
When you guys think about camping, do you think about like the tents and the sleeping bags, or do you think of like the actual?
It's interesting, yeah, because I think the same. Like it's like sometimes it's a cabin and sometimes it is camping and like in a
being,
tent.
like lost, so I'd imagine.
Well, yeah, but the
tents.
thing is, like, if I were to, like, say for example, like, Chris has been telling me, like, let's go camping. I'm like, okay. He's like, okay, let's get a tent. I'm like, I'm not going no tent.
Yes.
I was like, I want a cabin.
No.
I was like, I want to go to Big Bear in a nice cabin.
I want
There's
that,
a
but
TV
Chris
and shit.
is the same way. I'm like, no, that's not camping then.
I'm not gonna wipe my ass in no.
They
woods or
have
nothing.
bathrooms. Are you kidding
But
me?
those are like the actual campground sites.
No, all of them now have bathrooms. I go
Maybe
camping
I don't
a
know.
lot.
I just don't want to take.
So you
a
don't
shit in
even
the
dig a
woods. I'm
hole?
just-
Ain't nobody
Dig a
gonna
hole.
dig a hole. That doesn't happen
Like
anywhere.
grass
Not
with
the
some poison
Neanderthals.
No.
That shit's a good bird.
But yeah, even like that, like Blair Witch Project stuff, like that's scary.
That's
That's
trippy.
freaky.
That's freaky.
What was the other one? Wrong Turn.
Wrong Turn has that too.
Wrong turn. But see, that was like, okay, let's go. What do they want to do? I think I'm
They
sure
wanted
it's
to go
camping,
camping,
hiking.
yeah.
You know, fucking inbreds coming out.
Yeah.
Because I'm not saying there's a lot of inbreds in Middle America, but
But some.
the political climate shows
But
me
with
different.
but with the House of a Thousand Corpse,
yeah.
That exactly, like, you know what, and I
Because you don't know the surroundings, you don't know the people.
Exactly. It's what's the term for it? Road movies.
Yeah.
So road
yeah.
movies where you know you're cross country. We could even fucking call it that.
cross country.
You know, biggest one is like Wrong Turn, Hills Have Eyes. Like
Texas Chainsaw.
that. Actually, since seeing Hills Have Eyes, that's always freaked me out.
That freaks me out.
Totally.
To go cross country, like let's go
Totally.
driving. I'm like, I'm not going driving.
No, you need a backup. I think I need a plan B and a plan C.
D.
Nearest airport, fuck that. Like-
Yeah, for sure. Like there's nothing like your comfort zone.
Like the idea of doing that, it sounds like fun, but I get freaked out. Like I'm like, what if something bad happens? Like, what if we get stranded? What if like a flat tire? Where we gonna go? What are we gonna do?
Exactly. Like you don't even have reception to call AAA and
Yeah.
stuff. You need to like be prepared.
A lot of the what ifs pop in my head. Like the idea of a road trip sounds like fun, but I'm like, but in a
Yeah.
big group. But if you're like one or two people, I get like,
yeah, big
I
groups.
get hesitant.
It's better. Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's like okay, like think how we're not adventurous because like the people in the descent.
Yeah.
Like those girls just went and they were like in the back, like they knew the area, but
see, they're like adrenaline
but this
junkies.
exactly,
Yeah.
and this kid was uncharted. Like they didn't know, and they were like, oh, let's go, charted, I guess.
So, like, to me, maybe the cabin would be more of a safety factor where I would feel my comfort. But see, this kind of brings me to Blair Witch where, like, okay, let's say I think I would like to, like, sleep under the stars and shit because it would look so nice.
Yeah.
Like, we're clouded by city lights here in LA.
It's fun.
You know,
you
it's
cook on the
beautiful.
fire.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I'm sure it's fun. You know, it's like you see the stars all over, like, lit up like crazy.
Oh, it's crazy.
But then I think about Blair Witch. It's like when they're sleeping, and then it's just fucking something wrestling against your tent. I'm not gonna be able to sleep. I'm just gonna be like kind of like how some nights I'm like, what was that? You know,
Yeah.
noises, and you're
I
just
think
like
your
frozen
paranoia.
there. The
Yeah.
paranoia
And then-
gets
And
to
that
you.
and that's totally the fault of movies because camping in reality, like I go camping a lot, it's not like that. Like there's a lot of people around you. There's like campground people, there's bathrooms, there's little kiosks and stuff. So it's not exactly like in the woods where there's nobody else around. Like I'm sure people can do that, but that's just like people who like adrenaline and like going doing like stuff like that. But if we go camping in a group, us friends, we're not gonna go to some shit like that.
Of course.
So pretty much, Siri knows where the nearest bathroom's at.
Yeah, no, sometimes there's no reception for sure, but
Oh,
there's people
we're dead.
around.
It's also the surroundings and like you don't exactly what you're saying. You don't know who's around.
Yeah.
So like Wrong
Who
Turn,
or
they didn't know
what?
there was inbreds around.
Yeah.
And look, they were just fucking great.
just wanted to eat.
That's a great body count and great, you know, just like slasher type chase movie. But it's just like think about it. You're in the woods, just trying to have a good time, and then boom, someone's attacking you.
Yeah.
You know.
But if we end up like House of Wax, where you just see the wax museum, that'd be cool.
Nice, but that's creepy as fuck too.
Super
Yeah.
creepy. but I love
Texas Chainsaw, all those kind of movies are
Yeah.
freaking cool, but like, and they happen like locally. You don't know what's happening in the next town over.
Like okay, Hills Have Eyes. They said they specifically were doing cross country America type trip, and then to me that's probably one of the best. I wouldn't say road movies, but definitely like a stranded. What are we gonna do? You know, they're far from home. There's no reception. Their car breaks down. Like it's freaky to me.
That sounds like the Strangers, Vacancy kind of type shit.
Yeah.
Like
It's like there's no way out, and they have to just survive.
yeah.
And I love that movie, and I love putting it on when it's super hot out.
Oh.
Like, I have certain movies where I feel best to watch it if it's, like, the temperature's right for it. Like, say, that one if it's super hot out, and Devil's Rejects, because that's always, like, that's a road movie, too.
Yeah.
Sweaty and dirty.
Sweaty and dirty, and I'm just like, oh, it's hot. Like, I need to watch this. Just
It puts you in the mood.
it puts you in the mood for it. It's just like, you feel their pain in a way, because it's like they're stranded, you know? It's like they're out here trying to have a nice family vacation, all of a sudden, boom, I'm hearing this hot-ass sun, and cannibals trying to come get me from these hills.
And sometimes, sometimes it's cannibals, sometimes it's werewolves, whatever. Sometimes it's just people, like in the perfect getaway. Like, you don't know who you're meeting to.
And we watched that recently, and I didn't like it at first, but now after thinking about it, I'm like, okay, it's good. Because it's a good twist.
Yeah.
You know, and think about, you're with other couples, like, what do you think you do on vacations? Like, say if you're going on a couple's vacation, and you meet other couples, and you're trying to, do the same hike route, or like, hey, let's do this together. It's
like a double
That's
date.
what you do. Like, you socialize, and, you meet new people. You got to be wary of the people you meet.
Yeah.
And that actually was a pretty good storyline for that.
Yeah, it was like a slow burn, and then the twist is like, oh shit, it's you? Okay, fuck. I've been like being buddies with you all this time,
Trust no
but
bitch.
you really want to
Think
kill me?
about it, personal bitch. Like, if you meet people along the way, whatever vacation you're at, you got to be wary of them.
Yeah,
I mean, that's freaky to me.
that's what movie teaches us. What do you guys think about The
Trust issues.
Descent?
Oh, I
love that movie.
I love it.
Just because it's like, I like the characters in it. They're strong females, and you think they can handle their own, but they're up against some shit.
Yeah.
And it's just like, they're... Like, I love the story of it. Like, they're trying to cheer up their friend, like, because she lost everything pretty much.
Yeah.
Taking her, like, here, let's get the adrenaline going like how we used to. Like, kind of like a more sober girls trip.
Yeah.
Just because it's like, no, think about it. They were just, okay, let's just go fucking, what is it called? Spelunking.
Spelunking gross.
Spelunking. They just do that, and then these creatures come out of nowhere.
Yeah.
To me, perfect elements of horror. Just
And it's the territory too, like those cabins, and when it got tight and it got claustrophobic, like, oh holy shit, like,
That fucking
oh
scared me
my
the
god,
most. Like,
I couldn't breathe.
when she was stuck, and I was just like, oh shit,
I have claustrophobia. I would have killed somebody.
I would have too.
Oh
I would've
shit,
lost my shit.
I can't
That's
do
too
that.
much.
But it's like,
I would be at 100.
Ooh, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, peace out, bitches. I'll be
bye,
outside.
bye.
Exactly, like-
You think you're having a nice little vacation to cheer somebody up, but no, you're getting stuck in a fucking cave with monsters. That's what happens. So I'm not leaving my house, honestly.
No, even something as tame as, like, say, High Tension. She's trying to, go to her family's place, and then look what happens. I mean, to me, that's a whole different category, just because of the story.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, still counts. Like, I'm just trying to go away to my family farmhouse, but look in the middle of nowhere, and this dude comes to your house. Think about it this way: any kind of house that's acres away, and a home invasion happens, that would freak me out, because police response time will be like, police will be here in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
20 minutes, a killer will fuck you
A
up.
lot can happen in 1 minute.
Exactly, a lot can happen in one. So,
I can scream.
well, exactly, yeah. So I'm like, they're far away from everything. You're not gonna get any help anytime soon.
Nope.
Yeah.
You're dead.
It's crazy.
That would freak the fuck out of me. But what was another movie we were gonna do? Even though I hate this movie, I
Okay.
still know what you did last summer.
What, you hate it?
I hated it.
I hated it.
I don't know why. I just don't like it as much. But think about it this way: they were kind of stupid just because they went to the Bahamas, but yet they were like the only ones there. And this,
Well,
and
it was
it's
off
nice.
season.
It was off season. That's what they said. That's why they're like,
There's still a lot of people in off season. I've been to like
Not when there's like a hurricane coming, I think it was.
maybe, but see, I'm just thinking, what's her name? What's the Latin bartender? What's her name?
Jennifer
Jennifer
Esposito.
Esposito.
Nancy.
Okay,
Nancy.
she was kind of
I loved her.
shady as a
Mhm.
character. That's why I was just like, that won't give you a red flag. Like, you're the only ones there. I'd be like, let's go. Fuck that. Like, I gotta get a bad vibe.
I mean, I guess, yeah. But again, like, you're on an island. There's a hurricane. There's no communication. No way off the island. So you're fucking stuck there. Yeah. You're out of your comfort zone, and there's a killer after you.
Julie was just trying to get her groove back.
Julie was trying to get her groove back, and this is the only... Herself. This is Julie's redemption, and we gotta shout out to that at least for a little bit.
Just a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little.
She tried her little heart out.
She tried.
But I want to talk about Wolf Creek. Like that shit is, like even the locals, like you don't know their intentions. Yeah, and you're just like trying to have fun, and they put on this happy face, and then they fucking cut your back, and you can't walk.
Oh, that always freaked me out. Like, I first saw that scene when what was it? Bravo did 100 Scary Movies.
Yeah.
And so when I watched the movie, I was like, oh, it's still just as bad, just because it's like you can't move.
Yeah.
So it's like you got to be a sadistic motherfucker to do that to somebody.
For sure.
It's like you can't move, but I'm still gonna do all this shit to you. Like, gross.
It's creepy.
Yeah.
No gracias.
But movie, now think about it this way: what if you're in a destination, it gets worse, and you don't know the language, foreign country, you don't know where you're at.
Yeah.
Which brings me to Hostel, which is prime in this kind of situation.
Oh my god, it's a completely different level.
That is a whole different level, because, I mean, I feel like a lot of things that people like to do is like, oh, I'm going to backpack through Europe. That's like their ambition. I'm going to backpack through Europe. But after watching that,
fucking hipsters.
I'm not backpacking shit.
And
I'm sorry.
It also comes back to who you trust.
Exactly.
Because they all got lured in, horny little boys got lured into the fucking...
To a terror dungeon.
Yeah.
Like... just to get tortured, and that's what freaks me out. Like, I think because that movie came out mid-2000s.
Yeah,
I was younger. You know, like when you're young, you're in high school. You're like, what am I gonna do after high school? I'm gonna go do this, do that. After I saw that, I was like, I'm staying my ass right here. Fuck that.
It keeps you for even having fun sometimes, because you're like, I'm not gonna go vacation where I don't know the language. I don't know what's gonna happen. Like I had a friend who's one of those people who likes to backpack through shit and stuff. She's a hippie. Her name's Gabby. She went to China by herself. She got sick. She got a virus up there, and she was like incommunicated for like a week. She couldn't call her family in Mexico, and it was just like she didn't know the language, so she couldn't
imagine
communicate with a hospital even. It's just like, what's going on? Like, I don't know. Like, imagine that anxiety and stuff.
I think that's what would get me first. The anxiety of just like, shit, okay, I need to ask somebody for directions. I'm gonna be like, fucking voulez-vous coucher avec moi?
Yeah.
Like, what are you gonna say?
It's crazy.
They're gonna look at you and be like, no.
And
it's crazy, and it's super freaky.
And a lot of foreign countries don't like Americans either.
Yeah, that too.
We get a bad rep.
Yeah. Deserved.
I'll be like, I'm Mexican. Does that make a difference? Will you not kill me then or harvest my organs?
You're like,
who knows?
Or like The Grudge, Sarah Michelle in The Grudge, where she's just like by herself over there, and there's like, she's like shishay or whatever. And it's like, Gaeka. That is hilarious. No, that shit is super creepy. It's like, I don't know how to communicate with you people. Like, I'm lost and I'm terrified. Like, help me. That shit is what makes this kind of like this kind of horror movies like some of my favorites. Like The Ruins is really a creepy one.
Yes, and I just watched it right now.
Yeah, we just made him watch it.
Look,
so what are your thoughts?
First of all, to me it's cliche. White people partying in Mexico, and and like Mexicans will be like, look at these stupid motherfuckers. Like, okay, that's typical. But you know what? It's fine. But I liked it for the gore. Mm-hmm. It just reminded me too much of The Happening, so I couldn't fully enjoy it.
How? In what way? Just because it's nature?
It was the plants.
It was like nature.
Poison ivy coming fucking these kids up. Like, come on.
But like in The Happening, like the plants don't move like that.
No, I get it. I just said maybe that's the only thing that killed it for me. It's actually a good movie. Yeah. I'll give it like 80, 85.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty good.
I think it's super underrated, honestly.
And I can see that. Like I said, just because I guess I imagined like the spirits of the ruins. Maybe that's what I imagined.
Okay.
You thought it was like supernatural?
I thought it was supernatural. I think that's where it got me.
You had no idea it was planned?
I had no idea it was planned.
Okay.
No, I thought it was going to be supernatural.
He gave up. He was like, it was the plants.
No, think about it, because it's an ancient Mayan ruin.
Yeah.
What if it's evil spirits and that's what the locals feared? Right. That made more sense to me than it's fucking plants.
I guess.
But now I kind of get it, like the plants, like... But that's where I kind of see it, like the happening, like... Okay. You know, when she threw the plant at the little boy and they killed him, I'm just like, oh... He got hit by the pollen. Boom! Or whatever the fuck it's called.
The weed plant.
The flower dust. but I love the gore in it. I kind of like. I wish they would have played more on how they're kind of mind fucking them.
Yeah,
which is
the
just
plants is just mind fucking them.
Go like I was like, go further. Like if it's mind
The
fucking
sounds
you,
that
cut
it
off
makes.
your cheek, cut off your cheek. Like she and she's just
Like Evil Dead kind of
like
stuff.
Evil Dead
Yeah.
kind of shit. But think that made more sense. Like whisper in her ear, and I like I said, kind of the CGI was cheesy to me, but
Okay.
I get where it was going. I was just
Yeah.
like, go further. But the gore alone was fucking epic. Like
Like chop up the legs.
these people were screaming. I was not. I was living for it. I liked it. You know.
I was eating, so I had to look away.
And
Just a little bit.
I guess like with the like make it a more indigenous tribe trying to kill him. They're like, no, stay there.
Yeah.
Get your white ass back.
It's double threat.
Well, like
Yeah.
I was telling him, is like I wish they explored the temple more.
Yeah.
Like I wish it was a little deeper. So if they can't escape from the outside,
Kind of to explain it. That's what I wanted.
I
guess.
saw. You know what? I like the no explanation. I don't need an explanation with every movie. Honestly.
I think it was like it's a cursed Mayan
It's a
temple.
fine-
That's
yeah.
all.
But that's the thing. Like, let me know it's a Mayan curse, and I think
I mean,
that's
I think the fact that it's called the ruins that automatically tells you that
maybe. I just think, like I said, if it wasn't so much about the plants,
the
doing
plants.
it,
Okay.
I would have been there for
Like
it.
at least
I get you. I get what that.
Like
yeah.
I would say at least if they were to explore the temple, like if they're like they got stranded. So let's say the rope got cut off, so they had to jump in and save them. I feel like I was saying Bethel that it'd been cool if they kind of explored the temple to see if there's another way out, and maybe on the way they could find like drawings and try to make out.
Yeah, like make sense of what's going on.
Not say what it is, but kind of get like
it doesn't have to be too like
an interpretation of what they think
It
is
doesn't have to
going
be
on.
too detailed or like
For sure,
you know,
I totally get it, and I agree.
Just-
Would it
yeah.
bring something new to it?
Like it's another element.
Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's
I
something.
agree.
Maybe
I really like the acting. I like the gore in it. I like that it took some risk with killing the kids sometimes and stuff. But yeah, like that kind of reminds me a little of Green Inferno.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, I liked Green Inferno just because when it was first of all it was shelved for like 2-3 years, I think.
Yeah.
And when Eli Roth talked it up, he's like, "Oh, if you love that's the reason why I watched Cannibal Holocaust in the first place."
Mm-hmm.
And that could also be technically a destination.
Of course.
Think about it. You're in the Amazon with indigenous tribe. Where
Oh my
they're
God, like
so
Anaconda.
thriving. Like no,
It is Anaconda.
And you encounter cannibals, but these aren't like the typical Hills Have Eyes or Wrong Turn cannibals. These are like indigenous tribes that this is our way of life. Fuck you, you know.
Yeah.
That to me is freaky, and the way they kill people is just worse. So they're not just cannibal; they're just fucking killers.
Yeah.
You know, like what I always loved about
I loved it.
like Cannibal Holocaust was that even on the cover of the movie, where the chick is like impaled and the spike coming out her mouth. That has always been one of my favorite like posters, just because it's like fuck, like it's grotesque. You know, think about it, like
It's a great image.
it's a great image. It's just like ooh, you're not like that image to me told me you're not home anymore. This ain't Kansas anymore.
It ain't Kansas
Yeah.
anymore.
You ain't in Kansas anymore. Like, you're fucked where you are. And then Green Inferno was great just because it's like, I loved how they were like Greenpeace ass vegans motherfuckers, like ready to save the planet. And they're just fucking these kids up. They're like, fuck your vegan diet. Eat this shit, you know? Like,
It was
loved
good.
it.
A lot of people didn't like it. I thought it was cool.
It wasn't as brutal, but I still enjoyed it.
Yeah,
They're
it was
eating, like,
pretty
eyes.
brutal. I
It
saw
was pretty
penis
brutal.
and stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess because I watched Cannibal Holocaust, I expected more.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah,
weirder.
but it was still just as good. Like, okay, one of the chicks' example, she's like, "But I'm vegan. I can't eat this."
That's stupid
And then when
bitch.
she starts eating it, and she notices it's like her girlfriend's like flesh, skin,
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck it was, and she's just like, she just breaks the bowl and like cuts her throat. I was just like, that is fucking epic. I
need
love
to
it.
rewatch that.
Vegan seppuku right there.
You need to watch it again.
Like I don't know. I dug that movie. That's to me, it's. I would be scared in that area.
Yeah.
Just because it's not only you don't know the language, you don't know an indigenous language, so you're double fucked.
Double fucked. And it's just so many like different kind of destinations horrors that like out of the country stuff. Like we get the little werewolf subgenre with Werewolf in Paris and
See, and
Werewolf
that's
in
interesting.
London.
Yeah, because
I love this movie.
You can
Me
speak
too.
the language, but you're still not home. And what I liked about that, it's like, it's kind of like the locals know something.
Yeah.
Kind of like the runes. The locals know what the fuck is going on, but you don't.
They're not warning you.
They're not warning you.
It's like
They're
an
just
inside
like,
joke
get the
kind
fuck
of
out.
thing. You're like-
Kind of, yeah. And honestly, that movie was great for effects alone. You know?
The werewolf one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause that was all
yeah.
the Rick Baker effects. Like
Yeah.
those were all legitimate. It won an Oscar for the effects.
I'm sure.
Like the werewolf.
I always
transformation.
confuse them. The London one and the Paris one. I always confuse
The
them.
Paris one is a sequel.
Is the
No.
Paris one is the original
Paris
one.
was a sequel.
Paris is a sequel.
Yeah,
London
Paris-
is the
okay.
original.
Oh,
London's
shit.
the
Yeah,
original.
Paris is the one that came in '97.
American Werewolf in London.
London is the original,
Okay.
and then American Werewolf in
Interesting.
Paris.
See,
is like-
in that movie, I don't think about the destination so much as I do the effects because that movie itself.
the practical effect is amazing.
No, the effects are amazing. That's what inspired Michael Jackson to do Thriller. He asked John Landis to like come do it
Mm-hmm.
for that reason. Like that,
Interesting.
he loved that movie and he was just like, I want this for my video.
And like when I brought up Australia, you guys were talking about like the spiders. I think that's another thing that we fear, like the
hell no,
creatures.
yeah.
The
The
creatures,
creatures, yes.
So
So
like,
I mean, if you were to talk about werewolves, I would see that shit in like fucking like Romania or even London. That I could see, just because like London has like a lot of green pastures, like farmlands. Like it's a very like it always reminds me of 20 Days Later, like when they're traveling and you see nothing but green
pastures.
lands, pastures. There's horses and cows everywhere. Like London has, or England itself, the UK has a lot of those areas. So that I would see werewolves more, just because they have more to feed on.
Right.
oh yeah,
You know, and that's what the locals were. They were farmers and poor people, for lack of a better word. So it's just think about the creatures you encounter on your destinations. You know.
and then we also have the ones when you go to like the beach and stuff, like sharks.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, like the shallow.
And see, now I told them I consider this shark movies, but they have a point where
Yeah.
you don't know. Our beaches are safe.
It's a vacation activity that a lot of people do. Surfing, cage diving, like it
Like
happens.
47
Snorkeling, like
Yeah.
open water.
Yeah. And I'm like I said, even you can throw Jaws in here because it's still you're in a destination, you're at a beach,
Yeah.
you're trying to chill.
You're on
And
vacation.
An element from from your area just comes and
Fucks it up.
fucks it up. And I think I mentioned this during the shark episode we did because I'm sure we did one, right?
yeah, we did.
Yeah. The shallows I respect more than like 47 meters or Jaws or what was another shark movie you guys liked? Deep Blue Sea. Even.
I love Deep Blue
Just because the shallows was like
the reef.
I love the survival element of it.
Yeah.
She was there on a. Just think about it. You're on vacation. You want to go swim, and you're just stuck on a rock for like 2 days.
Yeah.
Like she was dehydrated and like just. She was in
Hungry,
full survival, hungry, cold, like all that. Like that would fuck my vacation up. I'd be like, I need a refund.
It's
For
funny
sure.
because it's wide open space, but I feel so claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is all I could like be on. I can't go anywhere else. I'm stuck in this little spot, even though it's wide open.
Yeah.
You just don't know what's underneath
It's
the
stressful.
water.
Yeah,
But like
it's
for
stressful.
me, like 47 meters down, like
Okay, but see, that's a
I mean
level.
that's a whole
That's
different.
sub-
You're
level.
breathing because you can't control
The
your
breathing, you have a time limit on your breathing, and when you're trying to go explore, you don't know shit. Obviously, no one knows what the land looks like underneath.
and
over
you
there.
don't really have support. Like Blake Lively had a fucking. What did she have? A seagull.
A seagull. Well, yeah,
Bitch
they
had a
were
seagull.
sisters. They had each other, I guess. But when she's trying to go, and there's that underwater cliff,
Yeah.
and all you can see is darkness. Like you
Oh,
don't.
yeah.
Oh hell no! I would have killed
You
myself
know what I
right
kept thinking
there.
throughout the whole movie? I'm like, why didn't the pressure of the sea just kill him?
Because
you
they're
know-
not that down. They're not that further down. 47.
No,
minutes.
have you ever like gone underwater and like
And
you
if
feel
your
the
ear
pressure?
pops, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like they were actually
But they
paying
had
for
the
a
thing
da-
to
They,
cover.
that's what.
Oh,
there's-
that's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
the thing
had
covered.
the.
But see, as soon as they took
they
it off,
took it
that pressure
off-
would have killed them. No.
But
That's what they
that's what they
said.
did.
They couldn't just go up because they would get the bends.
Yeah,
It was.
I'm just saying like if you're that far down sea level, the pressure will just crush your head.
Well, think about in Deep Blue Sea when they were floating up, they needed a device to push them up higher because
You're
otherwise
right.
they would just die way down there.
Like, oh, imagine. Nah, I mean, and it's think about like just all those movies where you're in the tropics and you think everything's fine and dandy. You could even do like like I mentioned Turistas I haven't seen in a long time,
Oh,
so
yeah.
I kind of totally forgot the movie.
That's a like it's
But-
a kind of like different type of hostel, I guess, because they were selling them
What
for
they
organs.
do, they kill these tourists to grab their organs to get
Yeah.
it to the poor.
The black market. They were for the poor.
I think it's for the
Oh,
poor. I
shit.
think it's for the people who couldn't afford it and stuff.
I thought it was the black
Well, it's
market.
like black market thing. People who can't afford like going to an actual hospital, they were just like, okay, here.
Here's the good one from
It's
an
like,
American.
oh,
Yeah,
like, you know.
from a rich American.
Is there any place that you would like to go to, and there's a place that you would never go to?
I would say because of Hostel, I wouldn't go like to like, not even Amsterdam. Cause
It's like Romania, no? Or what is it?
Fucking somewhere that is like, I take that back. Okay, I wouldn't do something super indigenous.
Okay.
Like Green Inferno. Like I wouldn't go to the Amazon.
No.
Okay.
Mosquitoes will bite you.
Mosquitoes will bite you. Like I can't. I hate humid
Anaconda.
climate.
Mm-hmm.
Like Cancun is as much as I can stand for humidity.
Okay.
Anything beyond that, I cannot survive.
I
Like
hate humidity.
Yeah, humidity is the fucking worst. Like Romania or somewhere like fucking freak out. Like I even think of Human Centipede, like some freak ass like rural area of Germany.
Yeah.
No, like my boyfriend wants me to go to Germany with him. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I'd be down, but I'm trying to go to like
the city.
the city. I want to go to Berlin, like all that shit. Like,
Yeah.
I would do that. I don't want to go to some freak ass town that you got to rent a small ass like a Volkswagen or whatever and go 4 hours. You know.
Take me to drink Amseth.
Absolutely.
Like Amsterdam
Like
would
road
be
trip.
fun, 'cause that's very
Like
like.
we road trip.
Oh, I remember road trip. Yeah.
Or was it road trip? Or no, my bad. Euro trip.
Euro trip?
Euro
Yeah,
trip.
Euro
That's
trip,
the one.
Euro
Road
trip,
trip
yeah.
involves.
I want to see that one.
I have it.
That was a long
Bring
time
it
ago.
next
Michelle
I've
Trachtenberg?
seen it
Oh,
once.
yeah.
I've
Yeah.
seen it once.
It's
Aren't they like brothers trying to fuck or something?
No.
He met up with his sister.
Okay,
was
that's
Because he
it.
was that like high or drunk or something.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
And they're like the nude beach and everything.
But I mean, if I were to be killed,
Uh-huh.
I guess Cancun or somewhere in Mexico, like tropical, and be like, you know, let me party first,
So the cartels get...
and then fine, cut me open. That's cool.
You want to die with your people.
I want to know. I want to die somewhere nice, like New Zealand or Greece.
Yeah.
Or stuff like that. I would never go to Australia. The climate and the animals, like, I don't want... No. The fact that spiders and snakes are the main thing that can crawl into your
Yes,
house.
Spiders are huge. I showed a friend, my friend out there a picture of a spider I saw here. He's like, you think that's big?
Oh,
Over
shit.
here, he's like, spiders are like the size of crabs and lobsters.
Oh,
Right?
my
They're
God.
Fuck that. I'd be
I
like,
can't. Like, I already feel
They look like face
anxiety.
oh
I hate face huggers.
no, I ain't going over there. Fuck that. I'm like, I can't now. Like,
But other than that, it's a wonderful place.
I mean, I'm not arachnophobic. Like, I don't mind spiders, but if it's fucking huge and it's on the wall, I'm like, throw the whole house away. Fuck that.
Well, I remember
Yeah.
when I first went to Mexico, I saw those big like roaches that fly.
Oh.
Oh my God.
No, what? No. What?
I opened a cabinet once and it flew at me. I fucked. It was, I
That's your
screamed so
scream?
much.
Yeah. When I used to like squish all this like
You know what
fucking
freaked me
juice
out?
came
And this is one thing I
And
would.
I'm not even scared of like cockroaches and stuff. It's just the fact that it flew at me. I was
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
No, what scared me
That's
is
why I found out they
scorpions.
fly.
Because here's the fun
Oh, I
little
don't-
tidbit. I would kind of like, after this, I kind of feared going to Mexico, especially in my dad's town. It's more of a poorer area and a hotter climate than my mom's. Hers is more like towards the mountains, so it's nicer,
Nice.
more updated, everything. But his is like fucking third world. And I remember we were watching TV, and in one of the, fucking 2 channels that my grandma got, it was a commercial for like, a bug repellent, but this was specific scorpion repellent.
Oh,
And
shit.
I'm like, why would the hell would they need like Raid for scorpions? Is it that common out here? No, I freaking saw like the commercial was a scorpion climbed in somebody's shoe, and then somebody was about to dip their foot in there. I was like, no. I'm like, nah. Every night when I stayed at my grandma's house, I fucking looked under the bed, flashlight and everything. I looked in my shoe. I put it over, like I turned it over, and I was like, I'm not sleeping on the floor. Like my parents had a bed and we had like a cot or whatever. I was like, I don't want to sleep on the floor. I was like, no, there's fucking scorpions. And she did have scorpions. They're like the little tiny white ones.
Yeah, those are bad.
Oh,
Yeah, it's because they kept coming from the tree, and I saw one drop one time, and then my dad stepped on it. I was like, I'm not going nowhere near that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
you have
no.
to double kill them because even if they're dead and the tail's still active, they can sting you.
Yeah, no. After seeing that, a fucking commercial for Mexico freaked me the fuck out to the point where I'm like, I don't want to go there. I'm like, no, like
I totally get
the
it.
local doctor is like maybe 20 minutes away. I'll be dead by then.
I slept with a scorpion once because I went camping and it was like scorpion season or whatever, and like I didn't know, and like the only time I left the tent was to literally go and pee because I had to. So I went, I peed, and I came back to go to sleep, and in the morning, like I wake up and it's just sleeping on my stomach, like nothing happened, and I'm like, oh my god.
How did you not freak out?
I freaked out when I saw it because I didn't feel it all night. Obviously, he looked like a fucking cartoon, just cuddled up in my stomach, just like he was rolled around. He was like, oh, this is comfy, and then I saw it and I freaked out and I slapped it at it, and he just started crawling, and I just went nuts, and like they stepped on it and stuff. But I was like,
my God.
holy shit.
No, I'm not camping. Fuck
No.
that. I'm sorry. No, I don't like that shit.
I need, every time I go camping, I need to like seal every little hole in the campsite. I put like a raid around my tent. I sleep with
There you go.
multiple knives. I have like strategically placed knives just in case something happens.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Because
I love camping, but I also
I'm
seen way
you're
too
so
many scary
paranoid,
movies.
like-
You booby trapped your tent.
I booby trap my tent for sure.
Because unlike, let's say, spider bites, you get bit, but it won't like sting after. Like,
But you can die.
You could die.
you could die also.
A brown
but, like, I'm talking
recluse,
about, like,
a black widow.
Black
or even
widows?
like
Yeah.
bee bites. It'll sting for a good while, but
Yeah.
like the bee's dead.
Yeah.
A scorpion will keep stinging you.
Mhm.
It won't stop. It'll just. That's where I'm like, no.
Do you
no.
not remember when you got stung?
Well, no, I know that's the thing, but
Wow.
it's different. Thing is, like, I wasn't in a fucking hive.
Oh, the bee! When he got stung by the bee.
You got inbred.
Oh my god, you guys! He got stung by a bee once, and he sent us a picture, and he was like
Deformed.
deformed. He looked like something out of
He
The
looked like
Hills Have Eyes.
Jason in part 2 with his face all
I
sideways.
know, no, like, because I'm allergic to
You
bees.
were the Hills Have Eyes.
But I technically was stung twice. The third time
that looks like a bunch of stingings.
no, but that was my first time getting stung. That was the first time I knew I had an allergic
Like your face
reaction.
looked like it was melting.
I was like, and that was at home. That was local. So, imagine being out of the country and something stinging me, and I don't know what I'm allergic to. That's another thing. But that's just a more personal thing. I don't know what I'm allergic to. I don't want to be, where I don't know where a fucking doctor is like an hour away. No, I'd be dead. But it's a risk you take on vacation, I guess. Like, just like when you go to Mexico, you drink the water, you get the shits. So what? It's part of the risk.
Yeah, I never got stung, so I'm okay.
Yep. Well, anyway, that is our show.
It.
So
Woo!
tune in next time for another exciting episode.
All right, you guys.
Okay, thanks. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.